VGC is more popular than ever, and a ton of players are attending their first ever regional championship this year. It's never been a better time to get involved in the official circuit, but attending a tournament as big as a regional championship can seem pretty daunting. Have no fear. Today I'm going to walk you through everything that you need to know before attending your first regional championship. Outside of local competitions, called Premier Challenges, regional championships are your first step into true competitive VGC. Regional championships are major tournaments that host hundreds of players and have thousands of dollars in prize money. They're the biggest tournaments in our circuit outside of the international championships and, of course, the world championships. Regional championships offer a chance for you to meet a ton of new people and experience high levels of competition, hopefully within an arm's reach of where you live, without spending the money to travel internationally. To sign up for a regional, you'll need a Play Pokemon player ID, called a POP ID for short, and a Pokemon Trainer Club account. You can sign up for a Pokemon Trainer Club account using the link in the description below. From there, log into your account, navigate to the Play Pokemon settings, and click "Please assign me a new player ID number." Just accept the terms if you agree to them, and you'll be generated a unique player ID ready to use at your first competition. While you can use the official website to see a list of most of the confirmed major events in a competitive year pretty far in advance, you'll actually sign up for regionals through a different website called arcanine.gg. Arcanine's website has an upcoming tournaments page that will link you to the sign-up pages of all the upcoming regionals. Registration for each event typically opens up between 1 to 2 months in advance of the tournament taking place. But to stay on top of when registration opens, your best bet is to keep tabs on the Arcanine and Play Pokemon Twitters for the most up-to-date information. You can also check out the individual tournament organizers' Twitters, which will also post announcements for when registration plans to go live on Arcanine. Now that you've registered, let's talk about how regional championships are structured. Most regionals are 2-day events held on Saturday and Sunday, with your performance on day 1 on Saturday qualifying you to play day 2 on Sunday. Tournament days start early, so plan on getting into the regional area on Friday and staying until at least late Sunday evening. There isn't usually too much happening in the hall on Friday, but most organizers will have a dedicated amount of time on Friday for you to check in early, and sometimes even have a warm-up tournament like a Premier Challenge that you can pay to participate in. Before the tournament starts, you'll need to submit a team sheet online of the 6 Pokemon you are going to use, including their abilities, Terra types, movesets, stats, and held items. You'll want to double check the Arcanine page or the tournament organizer's website for when this team sheet needs to be submitted, as this deadline can change on an event-to-event basis. Be sure to double check all of your information. You can make adjustments up until the deadline of team sheet submission for the event, but after that point, any errors that come up during the tournament could have consequences depending on the severity of the transgression. You'll also want to double check that you have your Switch settings ready for competition. In your internet settings, you'll want to select wired connection and make sure your IP address and DNS are set to automatic and that auto connect is on. Also, set your Switch to airplane mode and then you're good to go. Saturday, the tournament proper will begin. There is a time that organizers will tell you to be in the venue for the start of the tournament, so make sure you're in the venue ahead of that time so you can find your seat with plenty of time. You'll be assigned a table number for round 1 that you can find in your Arcanine dashboard the day of the tournament once pairings are posted. You can keep checking your dashboard for each subsequent round to find where you'll be seated. Before playing your first round, there will be a brief player meeting where the judging staff will welcome you to the tournament and remind you of the tournament's rules. Judge staff will also walk around and hand you a printed version of the team sheet you submitted online, so you can exchange it with your opponent throughout the day since we are playing in an open team sheet format. Make sure to keep your team sheet safe. If you lose it, you can ask a judge for a replacement, but it does come with a cost of something like a game loss if they have to print you another one. Once the judges give the go-ahead, you can connect with your opponent. Place your Switch into the dock on the table and connect to the internet. Either you or your opponent will host a union circle that the other player will join. While it doesn't normally matter who sets it up, connectivity has been found to be more stable if a player with a Switch OLED makes the union circle, or a player with a regular Switch over a player with a Switch Lite. Turning your Switch on and off in between rounds can help with connectivity as well. When both players are in the Union Circle, you'll navigate to the Poke Portal and connect for a double battle without a link code. You'll use Official Rules 1. After you select which teams you'll use and get to the Pokemon selection screen for the first game, You'll trade team sheets and start to play. If you run into any issues while you're playing out your match, such as if you have a question or you see something wrong on your opponent's team sheet, or you disconnected, raise your hand and one of the judge staff will come over to assist you. If you end up having a disconnect, it's a good idea to try to capture a video by holding down the camera button on your Switch, or grab a screenshot of the disconnect error. This can really help out the judge staff to make a proper ruling. When a winner has been decided after the best of 3, you'll fill out a match slip that a judge dropped off at your table while you were completing your round. That match slip will have both you and your opponent's names on it, and you'll circle the winner, check off who won which games, and you'll both initial your own side of the slip. The winner will then take the slip to the match slip desk, which will be at a designated place in the venue all weekend. There's a chance that a judge will come by after your match is concluded, but don't worry. This is part of a routine check system that the judges have in place to ensure that your team is legal for the tournament, as well as that you have everything submitted correctly on your team sheet. A small tip to help out your judge staff is to keep your tournament team in the first registered team slot in your Pokemon boxes to make it easier to check your team. Swiss rounds will continue for the rest of the day approximately every hour, but that length depends on when all matches have been reported and when pairings for the next round go up. So keep an ear open for when they announce, "Video Game Masters, your pairings are up," and you can check your Arcanine dashboard for your next opponent and table assignment. If for whatever reason you don't want to play out the day, you can always drop from the tournament at any point by heading over to the match slip table and filling out a drop slip. You should prepare for the tournament days to be long. Saturday will typically be 9 rounds of Swiss, and if you have a good enough record, you'll qualify to play on Sunday as well. There may not be dedicated time, like a lunch break, for you to eat, so plan on having snacks and water on hand, but most venues do have concession stands inside the hall and food close by to the venue. Other items you may want to have on hand are a notebook and pen for notes during your match, a sheet protector for your printed team sheet you get, wired headphones, a wired controller, a plushie to cheer you on, and anything else to make you comfortable during the day. Small thing on note-taking. You must start your notebook on a blank page when you start a match, and you cannot go back to look at other notes. If you're running a slower team, you may also want to wear an analog watch to help you keep track of the round timer. Hope you feel prepared to take on your very first regional championship. I know everybody wants to win these tournaments, but the most important thing is to have fun. Take the opportunity to meet new people. The community is truly the best part about VGC. So come in with an open mind, and I hope to see you at the next one.